Podcast Fresh.
The Switch Successor officially has been recognized by Nintendo. So the Nintendo account on Twitter tweeted out, I'll read the tweet. This is Furukawa, which is the president of Nintendo. I doubt it was actually Furukawa, but whatever. We will make an announcement about the successor to the Nintendo Switch within the fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of the Nintendo Switch back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the later half of 2024, but please be aware that there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation. Okay, so it's almost been 10 years, bro, since they announced the Switch. What happened? Like, what? Jesus Christ. Goddamn time has flown.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to say that because time is crazy. But yeah, they acknowledge the fact that it's coming out this fiscal year. Fiscal year for Nintendo means anything before March 2025. So it could still be announced later on this year. It could be announced January of next year. Just know that it's before March. So I think I kind of expected this to happen. My thinking is they'll announce it like October, November, and have it released by March, April. That's kind of what they did with the Switch.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. I also like the fact that he basically confirmed the Nintendo Direct in June, you know, because people are always wondering when the next one is. So he literally said, look, there's going to be one in June. And I like the fact that he just nipped it in the bud. Like, don't go in expecting things for this new Switch. Nothing. It's not going to be there. We're just going to talk about the last half of the current Switch's, you know, life, what we're going to do with it. And that's the whole point of the June Direct.
Yeah, he's basically saying, yeah, you podcasters better chill out. Stop with the speculation. I'm looking at you, IGN.
Stop with the theories.
But yeah. But I mean, the thing is, it's like they said what they said, you know, and they're basically saying, don't get too excited. It's coming. Shut the fuck up. It's coming kind of thing, right? And we've talked about that. But, you know, we've covered this up and down. We've, you know, people can go back and check out the old shows. We've joked around about what we can call it. We've come up with our own sort of what we would do to make the Switch better or run better and things like that. I even toyed around with the idea of like a Pro with the little, you know, maybe Pro style analog sticks that you can swap in and out. So that's not, you know, tethered to the system. I think it's interesting. This next generation of video games is going to be really, really interesting, especially what I'm seeing right now with Sony PlayStation and Xbox, which to me, it's not smooth sailing 100%, at least in my opinion. Nintendo's, you know, their biggest criticism is, you know, they're all about the money and yada, yada, yada. And that's fair. But at the same time, they are all about the money. That's true. But at the same time, they also have the record for during the pandemic, for example, they didn't lay off a single employee. You know what I mean?
Haven't, yeah.
They haven't, you know, I'm sure people have been fired for things like, you know.
Stupid little things, yeah.
Yeah, you know, looking at, you know, funny videos on your work computer, things like that. But for the most part, you know, they've kept everybody. So there is something to that. So I can bitch all I want about this game being full pop and things like that. But the reality of it is that full pop game, it keeps people working, you know?
Right.
And so, like, I get it. And so this is exciting. I think it's cool. I know we're a long ways away, but no matter where you are in life, is this new Nintendo Switch like a day one buy?
I don't know, man.
Dorime.
Maybe. It depends. Honestly, it always depends on what the lineup is for the initial games, you know? Like
100%.
If they're just
Zelda,
gonna do
a new Zelda.
a new Zelda, yeah, I'm there.
Do you think it'd be too soon? Could they turn around a new Zelda by next March?
Here's the problem. I think that they might just repackage Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild and like HD it and stuff.
Nice.
And that isn't really a day one purchase for me because I've had my fill of those games.
That's fair.
But
that's like that. Yeah, that's fair. That's like
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's like me in Metal Gear Trilogy. You were excited about it, but for me, it's like, I have them all, you know, and I have the HD collect as an example, right?
Right. So that's not a day one thing for me. I think that's cool. And when I do get the system, I'll probably go back and get it. But it's not something that I'm gonna like, you know, rush to get. But yeah, if it's a new entry in the series, there you go. You have my attention. That's why I got the Switch. That's why I got Breath of the Wild. So yeah, you got me with that.
Yeah.
I still think that they have 2 Zeldas coming out this year because there's always these rumors about the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker remasters, and I feel like if you want to really send the Switch home with a bang, you get those fuckers out now. You get them out as a going away gift for the Switch people.
That's a going away gift.
As a going away gift. Yeah. You get those two, and you get Metroid Prime 2 and 3, and I think you're good. I think the Switch can go away. It had a hell of a run. It has probably the best library of games. Like, I think it's fine. That's all I want. If we're going to talk about, like, real quick, the June Direct, that's all I want them to show. Those 2 Zeldas, the 2 Metroids, I think you guys are fine. You're covered for the rest of the time.
That's cool.
Yeah, but a day one purchase would have to be a new Mario game, a new Zelda game.
Yeah.
Just something captivating.
Smash Brothers.
Maybe Smash Brothers, Although I don't see Smash Brothers really coming back for a while, but
Mario Kart 9.
That's a day one. Yeah, that's definitely day one. Although again, rumors of like Mario Kart 8 being repackaged into Mario Kart 8 Plus with all the DLCs and shit.
Oh man, all the DLCs. That's a day one.
Bro,
buy.
That's
all the DLCs.
That's almost 100 tracks. If that's what they're gonna do, I think it's worth it for people that haven't really been into that this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm excited for it though. I'm excited.
I'm also excited. Yeah.
There's a little bit of things I could add to this. There was another tweet I read, basically saying what the whole mindset of it is going into this, and it sounds like Nintendo is not kidding around with this next system. It really sounds like they are going to it's going to be the Switch 2. There's no new gimmick. There's no motion controls. There's none of that shit. It is going to be a beefier Switch with apparently magnetic Joy-Cons rather than rails. That's been the rumor too.
Magnetic Joy-Cons versus rails?
Yeah, versus having them on rails, sliding them up and down. It's just going to be a magnetic thing, which is why the stupid Switch Attach name has been leaked, because you attach stuff to it via magnets. It looks like Nintendo's going to fuck with magnets.
Right. That's interesting, because you can make really powerful magnets. You don't got to worry about,
Oh, yeah, those earth magnets and stuff. There's some insane magnets out there. So I'm excited at the prospect of this. You know what I mean? I feel like have a nice sleeker design, make it more all I want is for this Switch to be more powerful. You don't need to change shit. just do that and have controllers that don't drift, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
That's awesome. I think I think this is going to be a very interesting thing, and this this might sound crazy and I could be completely wrong on this, but I almost feel like Nintendo's biggest competitor right now is kind of like really themselves, right? Because they can kind of determine their own market, and they're not really watching what Sony's doing or Xbox doing, at least on a day-to-day thing. But it's almost to me like Steam Deck might be watching what Nintendo's doing, and Nintendo might be watching what Steam Deck's doing, because they're in the same sort of genre of a handheld, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I know you mentioned a sleeker Nintendo Switch 2. I don't think there's anything wrong with fattening up the system just a little bit, making it a little bit more cumbersome. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're not going to be able to slide it in your pocket and things like that, right? Or the way I do it now when I'm going somewhere is I detach the Joy-Cons from it, and they literally fit in your pocket. And then the screen's so small, you can literally like slide it into your jacket pocket, and nobody's the wiser,
Yeah.
But and I do have big hands, so I understand that, these little gloves. So I wouldn't mind something a little bit thicker. I've never played a Steam Deck, but just watching people demo it and play it on like YouTube, for example, it does, as big as it looks, it does look comfy in the hands, almost like a modern day Game Gear.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I might have had a poor choice of words. When I said sleek, I don't think I meant in its actual body.
Oh, okay.
I meant more like, like software, really, like make it more fancy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sleek wasn't the best word, but yeah, no, I kind of agree with that though. If they do take pages from the Steam Deck, I wouldn't be too mad. And I think Nintendo's finally in a position where it's almost like the Switch was the prototype for what this next thing can be. And I think they did a lot with the Switch, and I think this next thing is going to be really cool. So we'll see where it's at.